A warm welcome to your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Monday, May 3. Our top story, Barbados has recorded its 45th death from COVID-19. Health and Wellness Minister Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Bostic announced the sad news at a press conference at Alara Court this evening.
The deceased is a 63-year-old male who was admitted to the Harrison Point Isolation Facility on the 23rd of April and subsequently intubated and ventilated for 6 days for severe acute respiratory. So on behalf of Prime Minister Motley and the entire COVID-19 team, I extend our sincerest condolences to the family and the friends of the deceased. I would also like to take this opportunity to extend condolences to the several members of the Indian population residing here in Barbados who are losing family and loved ones almost daily in India due to the ravages of the pandemic. This is indeed a most difficult time for all of you and for humanity, and we stand shoulder to shoulder with you and the people of India as we unite to fight this virus.
Bostic also revealed that health authorities are now keeping a close eye on a St. Michael family of 8 that has tested positive for COVID-19, as he provided an update on the latest infections.
Of the 15 positives, 3 are from the psychiatric hospital, 2 male inpatients and 1 male outpatient. The positives also include a family of 8 from a St. Michael community, and this is following another family member who had tested positive earlier. This is indeed of great concern to the team, and contact tracing is now in progress. Today's results produce a positivity average of just under 5%, which is much higher than the average for the last 7 days of 1.5%. Of interest also is the fact that as at the 1st of May, we averaged 31.3 cases per 100,000 population over a 14-day period, bringing us closer to our target of 25 per 100,000. So that what we are seeing is an improvement in the overall situation in the country, but there are still what we call pockets of resistance, and resistance which we must pay close attention to. And this is the case with this pandemic.
In other news, it was back to the classroom for hundreds of students, the first time in months, due to the COVID-19 pandemic. At the Frederick Smith Secondary at Trent St. James, Principal Stephen Jackman said it was generally a good day with a few minor hiccups.
Frederick Smith has had a reasonably uneventful day. When we came, we realized we couldn't access canteen services, but we made arrangements for the students to go to businesses in Whole Town where they could buy lunch and come back to school. So that's what we did. For the most part, they have settled down and they have been attending classes. There were 1 or 2 minor hiccups with timetabling, but we have started. Our exam forms have started, and the children who are here seem to be settled and okay and ready to work.
Over at Leicester Vaughan, Principal Anthony Allen said it was all about getting students back on track with face-to-face learning.
We had a pretty good day today. A number of our students would have joined us this morning. The priority obviously being getting them settled, getting the timetable sorted out, and getting them back accustomed to what face-to-face would be like. Some teachers and heads departments would also confirm that the various areas that they need to use would have been in a suitable condition, and we are pretty much satisfied that full instruction can continue tomorrow, Tuesday. Again, today being mainly a preparatory day and getting everyone back into the swing of things for the term 3.
At the Charles F. Broome Primary School, Principal Dr. Monica Walton said her charges were delighted to be back at school.
Excitement, excitement, excitement. Obviously, they've been away for 5 months, so now that they're back, they are excited to see each other. We are excited to see them. And our children are largely a good set of children. So you remind them of the routines and they catch on very quickly. And you can almost always know that they will police each other in the event that a little child forget to pull up his mask over the nose or something like that. They will remind them.
The principal of Sherwin Primary, Pamela Small Williams, said it was a smooth start for both students and teachers.
The first day has been very organized. Our children were very excited to be here. We did not have the influx of parents because parents were being communicated with continually, so they knew what to expect. And then this is not a new thing for the children. We had this during term 1. All teachers are here for the 3s and 4s. They are all settled. We would have done a little refreshing of the brushing and whatever, because we know COVID is still in the atmosphere. Our children understood the main protocols, the wearing of the mask, the 3 feet distance, and the not touching anyone or taking anything from anyone. So I have done my wrongs, and all teachers are comfortable, all children are comfortable, and we bless the Lord for the environment that we have.
Classes did not start as expected at some schools, including Combermere. Workers at the National Assistance Board today received the second half of their April pay after raising concerns about late payment before starting work this morning. The workers took to the NAB headquarters at Country Road St. Michael for answers after the expected salary lodgement scheduled for April 30 was still not on their accounts. Representatives from the National Union of Public Workers held talks with management, and Acting Deputy General Secretary Richard Green emerged with the good news.
We were able to receive a number of commitments from them about how they would operate in the future to make sure that this situation, a repeat of this situation does not happen again. We are happy for that, and we're going to continue to meet with them also to follow up on a number of other outstanding issues that we had here. But obviously this meeting today was to deal with the immediate concern that the staff had. They are comfortable with the commitments made by the National Assistance Board. They've all gone off to work now, and it's just left for us now to continue to follow up. We have agreed to meet within the next week or 2 on those other outstanding matters, and we expect a similar type resolution.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional happenings, do not come out if you have to, and do not congregate when you do. These stern warnings were issued by Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley today as he announced even more restrictions to curb the spread of COVID-19.
I have absolutely no qualms in doing what has to be done to protect the lives of the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley is assuring the public he will do all that is necessary to prevent the loss of life. His commitment to what he must came during Monday's COVID-19 health update held at the Diplomatic Center in St. Anne's. Among the Prime Minister's decisions, further restrictions to public gatherings.
As of midnight tonight, all food service will be discontinued, and that includes itinerant or what you call street food selling. All.
While Dr. Rowley notes there will be inconveniences, he says he was certain people can feed themselves at home until May 23. He admits he did not anticipate the level of convenience that some were afforded when restaurants were closed last week Thursday. The additional restrictions also affect businesses in the retail sector.
All retail will be discontinued for a specific period of time, the details of which will come to you by morning. And that's non-essential retail. We will still keep the essentials going.
Some of the essential businesses include groceries, pharmacies, hardware stores, financial services, and others, which Dr. Rowley says will be announced in further detail on Tuesday. However, food supply stores and pharmacies will now operate between 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Dr. Rowley left the public with one stern warning.
And we are saying to the population again, for the days ahead as described, if you don't have to come out as an essential worker or don't have to come out for essential business, stay at home, stay away from people.
On the international scene, India reported more than 300,000 new coronavirus infections for a 12th straight day today to take its overall number of cases just shy of 20 million. More from Reuters Television.
India reported more than 300,000 new coronavirus cases on Monday for the 12th day straight, taking its overall numbers to just under 20 million. Scientists predict a peak in infections over the next couple of days. India's public health system is already buckling under the caseload. Hospitals have filled to capacity, people are dying for lack of medical oxygen, and morgues and crematoriums are overrun. Despite being the world's biggest producer of vaccines, only about 9% of India's 1.4 billion population has received a dose. Pfizer is in discussions with the Indian government seeking, quote, an expedited approval pathway for its vaccine. Pfizer's CEO also announced a donation of medicines worth more than $70 million. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been reluctant to impose a national lockdown out of concern over the economic impact. In the last few months, millions have gone unmasked to religious festivals and political rallies.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.